And by the way, Sister Chantel want a $10 refund. You're not going to get it, Sister Chantel. Because you give white folks more money than you ever gave black boys. I'm not processing no $10 refund. Get your ass up out of here. Sister Tammy Gilmore, you want a $2 refund? I'll be damned if I give you 8 quarters back. You don't even want to give 8 quarters to black boys? Damn that, sister. You're not getting no refund. Somebody else wanted $1 back, brothers and sisters. These are the games they play. Somebody wanted $1 back. These are the games that they play. Trying to get $1 back. It's just called being ignorant. But we not worrying about that. We not worrying about that. We going to keep on doing what we got to do. Lord, help my people, Lord. Ancestors, give me the strength to free these coons from their own self-delusional state. We have too many black people who are in a delusional state.
Welcome back, people. Tonight we're going to discuss what's going on with Dr. Umar Johnson. I try to wait about a week or two, to discuss it, because when it first happened, he put out that his accounts was frozen. He said that he wanted to give the bank to the first. And then he gave out his opinion on what happened in his situation. And it's a lot of holes in his stories that don't sound correct. And a lot of people are skeptical because people have been donating to him for years to start this school, his academy for young men. And it's been over a decade. Have not seen any real progress. It's always around this time of year, ironically, because he always say he's gonna start the school in September. It's always around this time of year, some type of misfortune happens where it delays the date, you don't get to school, and he don't produce anything but a sad story and more reasons for you to donate. Now, we gonna play his video on how he said that his account, what happened, that it was frozen, air quotes, and that the people that he think did it. But he tells lies, blatant lies in the middle of his story, which we're gonna prove and show that later to debunk some of the untruths that he put out there. Now, I'm one of the few people that when the brother came around, I believed in him because he spoke truths within his lies. Like, he started off and he put out some real issues within the black community that anybody that's for progress would relate to and understand and open their eyes to and think that is for the betterment. So he's a very convincing, charismatic person that can warm the hearts of women, because that's what he panders to a lot, tell them a lot of BS why he takes advantage of them, because he wants to open up a school for boys, but in the same breath he has 2 daughters that, as far as the public know, he's not involved with it. His oldest been kicking his back in the last couple of months. We're not going to get into that today. We'll get into that at a later time. We're just going to get into this current issue and point out the lies and the holes in his story that don't make sense. Let's get into that.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde Oguntade. Intercontinental Ifa Tunde RB Jesus, coming to you live and direct from Philadelphia. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my continental Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Australian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Caribbean Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Africans in Europe and Asia. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Brazil and my South American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to Panama and Costa Rica, my Central American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Canadian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
You get it. Peace and Pan-Africanism to everybody. Anybody that can hear your voice.
To my New York, my Carolina, my Texas, my Phoenix, my Philly, my Jersey, my Maryland, my Baltimore, my Georgia, my Florida, my Arkansas, Alabama, Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City Africans. It's your big brother King Kong. I need y'all to listen up. I got a very important announcement. I'm only going to keep you a few minutes. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th. How
many of y'all believe in when he say that? The dude that begs every time he open his mouth. How many of y'all believe that he ain't check his balance in days? Leave it in the comment if you really think he didn't check his balance in days. I strongly doubt that.
To discover that I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank told me that my personal account...
I thought he called the bank from the beginning. I thought he said he called the bank and they told him to enter his 16-digit account. So I was assuming that's like an automated system. You know, all banks, most businesses got it. You know, you put it in and then you just speak to a representative. You know, like I'm gonna explain because I've been down this road before.
As well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account have had no record of my account. Not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank told me that
Yeah, see, I played it back because I wanted to check it out for myself because he ain't make no sense. He said he called the bank and then next thing you know, he said he logged in, called them, put his 16 digits in, and then it didn't work. Then he said he called the bank again. He should have just asked to speak to a representative. But let's go.
My personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access into my personal account and the FDMG account.
Let's break that down. If he was told that someone was trying to gain access, he would have got an email, text message, phone. Like these days, scamming is at an all-time high. Like that's nothing new. That's part of the game since we done turned over to mostly digital income, digital money. Like most jobs don't cut checks. Everything is direct deposit. So he would have got an alert right away saying, hey, we seen some forgery, and they would have asked him to change his password and passcode. But they wouldn't have looked at it as fraud because the way he explaining it, they never got in the account to take anything out. But let's hear him out. Let's hear more of his bullshit. That's why he's sitting there staring off, trying to think of his story.
Brothers and sisters, if you have sent a donation to FDMG, let's give it until the end of the month to see if this gets cleared up. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. If you have sent a check or money order donation to FDMG, let's wait until August the 1st, Black August, and see if this situation has gotten cleared up. They told me they sent me a letter to this point on July the 10th, the day that I left for South Africa. I was told that the timeline of suspicious activity was June 25th.
Why don't you just show us the letter and read the letter if it's true? Read the letter and it'll tell you that. But like I said, they would have emailed him and told him to contact the bank, and then they would have did it. Like it happened to me before, where I was away and my account got hacked, but they got money out of my account. They got a couple of maybe like $3,000-$4,000 out of my account, and I had to sit down with them. When I got the email to me looked like fraud, so I didn't click on anything. I called the bank. They went over my statement with me, and from there they canceled my card, they redid my online account, and everything that was pending that was charged against my account, it was a Friday night. I got that money back instantly. The stuff that already processed through, I had all my money back by Wednesday afternoon. Like, the investigation lasts for about 90 days. They'll send you a letter after the investigation is done saying that, they finished the investigation and whatever the outcome is. But they don't send you a letter beforehand. Let's go.
To July the 10th. I was told that the timeline for suspicious activity was between June 25th. That's when Medea went public. Everybody knows who Medea is. July 25th, that's when Medea went public. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. So y'all know my I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested, because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Again, June 25th to July 10th is the period of suspicious activity. That is from the time Medea went public and I left for South Africa. Between the time Medea went public and I went for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to
My boy said he'll only take 5 minutes to explain the story. It took him 5 minutes to get to the point to start begging. Now let's hear him out and let's see how it goes.
FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved. If you want to make a donation to FDMG, send it through PayPal. Right? PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. If you want to make a donation to the school, hold off on checks and money orders until we find out what the hell is going on. The bank is investigating the fraudulent attempts on our account. If I find out Medea and Pastor Bussy had anything to do with this, I was told that they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. Now, with that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism.
See, he talking like out of his neck. So I'm not 100% sure about Apple Pay if you need a bank account, but you need a bank account for PayPal, you know? And if he's trying to get the money from PayPal, he don't got a bank account, how he gonna withdraw the money? Unless he got a credit card or something else through PayPal. I'm not sure, but that don't make sense when that's something that's linked to it. And if you have a business account with them, which I would assume the school is, but this just seemed like a hustle and a money grab. But let's hear him out. Let's hear him get into his lying.
For the first time in my life is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/UMARTHE PSYCHOLOGIST, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or hit my Apple Pay using my cell number 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. I've never asked the people for $1.
We ain't gonna let him do that. He said he never asked the people for $1. For all of y'all that know, Dr. Umar Johnson, the Prince of Panhandling, gonna get up here and lie and say he ain't never asked nobody for $1 when other YouTubers use his drops to ask for donations. That's one lie right there that we know for sure he lying on it. Some of y'all still ain't gonna believe me, but that's one lie that we know for sure.
I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people.
See, since he want to repeat himself 2-3 times, I can't let him slide with that. We gonna show that he asked the people for $1 in his life. We gonna show that right now.
I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life.
So hit that Cash App. Let me see who on the Cash App. Where them donations at? Where them donations at? Hit the Cash App.
Where them Cash Apps at, y'all? Ain't nobody came through yet. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Maybe some.
Sound like he asked for $1, but let's go on. Let's keep showing this proof.
Nothing wrong with the Cash App, because I know y'all gonna send me something. With a Cash App. Okay, there we go. Sister Jenny, $21. Dang. Okay, thank you, Sister Jenny. That might have been your last dollar.
The credit card, go make a donation. I got to get this electric on in the high school. I know this is going to cost us at least $100,000 to get this electric.
His hat says it perfect. Thinking cap. That's what I'm thinking, that this is cap. This whole situation, but y'all could be the judge. Let's finish hearing now him tell his stories. Old Storieger himself.
It's going to cost us some money, brothers and sisters. Make sure you donate. Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money. Give me your weave money. Give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App? They broke the windows, so we got to pay. Brothers and sisters, hit your Cash App. $ FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life.
You see that? Even when he got the $10 from the lady, he had the nerve to say, next time make it 20. And then like you see this whole scam, the donations and all that shit. That boy know that he trying to beat the tax. He's probably under investigation for taxes. When you look up his tax records, he said 1 year he made about $400,000 in donations. Then said the school the next year didn't get nothing in donations. Then another year after that was like another $400,000. But the boy, how you gonna put the school together? It needs all this stuff done to it, but you running all around doing all type of speaking engagements that you're getting paid for. When do you got time to set up? And then it takes more than just having a building. What's up with the staff? What's up with the people that's like janitors, everything that keeps the machine in motion? We just cannot see him doing that. Even the most faithful of his loyalists that's supporting him should think about it like that. Like, what is the plan? What is the business plan? What is the game plan? How is it he wanted to be self-sufficient without the help of the government? How is that possible? Is everybody just gonna donate? Is everybody gonna do it? Like, he needs to explain that. He needs to explain how is this gonna work out as a whole, not just as a we get it up. How is it gonna keep running? But you know, he been doing this for about what? Over 10 years. Over 10 years he been doing this. It's been almost 15 years that he been running this play and have not produced anything towards it. Every year around August, June, when it's getting close that he's supposed to open up, he comes with a sad story on somebody done broke into school, somebody done vandalized the school. It's always something besides we're opening up on this date, we got enrollment and stuff. Like, my kids in school, I had to do enrollment months ago. They start school the end of the month. How are you supposed to open up in September? How many kids you got enrolled? How many kids do you have interested in enrolling in your school? That's something he need to show out there, to even show that it's a backing and support for it. And it sounds predatory that you want only single mothers to send their sons there. That sounds suspect too. It should be any of it. If it's for young men, it shouldn't matter what background they're coming from. If it's a 2-parent household or a single mother or a single father household, because it should be something that you want to reach out and support and groom the community to grow together.
People for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for boys. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. So the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve. But right now, I don't have any money because my account was frozen by my bank because someone has been trying to hack into my account, hack into FDMG Academy account. So the FDMG Academy account is frozen. My personal account is also frozen. That means we're going to lapse on our utility bills. We're going to lapse on our internet bill. We're going to lapse on a lot.
There go the sad story and stuff to get you to want to send him more money and an excuse on why. Like, he's full of it. And how many people running a business only have one account? Like, cut it out, man. It's a reason why they shut down his Cash App. It's a reason why, if they, froze his accounts, because there's a difference of getting hacked and getting froze. Froze is some government entity, or you owe some money and they're locking up your account to pay off a debt, or you under investigation because not fraudulent activity, illegal activities are occurring. That's why they will freeze your account.
Out of our bills at FDMG, the bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved. If I don't have Cash App, nor does FDMG have Cash App. I do not have a Cash App. I only have Apple Pay and PayPal. If you can spare a few dollars, send it to my Apple Pay, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, or my PayPal. paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist. Although Leo season is off to a rocky start, brothers and sisters, we will overcome. Shout out to all my donors. Newark, New Jersey, I'ma see you. Nat Turner, I'ma see you. Mobile, Alabama, I'ma see you. New Orleans, Louisiana, Hurricane Katrina, I'ma see you. Kenya, January, I'ma see you. FDMG is coming. We just got to lay down on floors, brothers and sisters. Lay down on floors, and we applying for a certificate of occupancy. I don't have any money in my pocket because my account is frozen. If you could send a few dollars to Dr. Umar for Apple Pay or PayPal.
How are you supposed to been opening the school in September and you ain't got no floors? And it ain't hard to lay down some floors. Some of this stuff he could do himself. You know, we always see him outside. We never see all this wonderful stuff that he claimed got vandalized. But how you supposed to open up a school in a month and a half and you still ain't got floors down or even have the permits to do it? Why would you buy a building that needed so much work? That makes no damn sense, knowing you not capable of getting it fixed.
I would greatly appreciate it. Black Queens forever, Snow Bunnies never. Enjoy your weekend. Leo season forever. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
Yeah, I'm gonna end this up, but in conclusion, he just got a track record of not being trustworthy and not showing any progress in this. It's the same old song and dance every every time around this time of the month, every time it's supposed to be near the grand opening. Everybody, I appreciate you taking the time out your day. You made it this far. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your people.